السلام عليكم مشاهدينا الكرام ومرحبا بكم وين ما كنتوا في حلقتنا لنهار اليوم. راح نتعرفوا على عادات وتقاليد نيجيريا. إذا راح نتعرفوا مع بعض على الأكلات التقليدية اللي يتم تحضيرها من طرف العائلات النيجيرية. كل هذا راح يكون رفقة سعادة السفير النيجيري لدى الجزائر، فمفاجآت كثيرة في انتظاركم، ما تروحوش. سعادة السفير، شكرا على الاستضافة، سعداء جدا اللي رانا متواجدين معك اليوم هنا في السفارة. والمعروف على السفارة أنه عندهم قدرة أنهم يتنقلوا من بلد لبلد ويعيشوا في بلد دون الآخر، وأن يتعرفوا على الكثير من العادات والتقاليد. هنا حبيت نسقسيك على الحاجة اللي لقيتها في الجزائر وما لقيتهاش في الدول اللي عشت فيها لما كنت سفير، خصوصا دول الموجودة في قارة إفريقيا.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity for me to make some comments about my country or about my posting to Algeria. My first impression when I arrive Algeria is I see Algeria as a second home. In the course of my diplomatic service, my first foreign posting was to Algeria from 1995 to 1998 when I was a very young officer with my family. Now, 30 years along the line, towards the end of my career as a diplomat, I was appointed as an ambassador to Algeria. So for me, coming to Algeria is like a second home, because this is a place that I lived 3 years before, early in my life, and I really love my stay. The only thing the difference is that when we came in the 90s, there were security challenges in the country. So life was not very normal. You find that diplomats are restricted, even citizens are restricted because of the security problem at the time. But happily, now that I came back, I discovered that the security situation has improved tremendously, that people are living their normal life, unlike what happened in the 90s. So to me, I have a very big impression that while I faced some challenges in the past, now I find life more comfortable and more relaxing to live in Algeria.
سعادة السفير، هنا أو في الوقت اللي جيت للجزائر حبينا نعرفه يعني كيفاش لقيت المجتمع الجزائري، لأنه ثقافة المجتمع الجزائري تختلف تماما عن ثقافة نيجيريا، ويعني هل قدرت تتأقلم بسهولة في الجزائر؟
Well, for me, the way I find the Algerian society, it has not really changed. When I came, like I said before, in the 90s, the social life in the society here I found Algerians to be very friendly, and also they have very positive attitude to fellow Africans who live in this place. And for that, the diplomatic work here in Algeria was very interesting. Also, Nigerians who found themselves here either as students or perhaps who come for business activities, they also find the society very friendly and welcoming. But the other aspect I will say is that for me, Algeria represents a model of a society in Africa. because the leadership of the country, they invested the wealth of this country to develop their infrastructure. Because if you go around, you discover that in this country, they have very good road network, their airlines are functioning, their electricity is working. Honestly, for me, in terms of modern infrastructure of development, besides South Africa, that when I went, I was amazed with their development. I found Algeria as next in terms of development index in the country. So I believe the Algerian society is a society where the citizens should be proud of what the leadership have done by using their resources in building infrastructure that for the comfort and development of the country.
سعادة السفير، بما أنه اليوم رانا في شهر رمضان، نرجع ونقول لك رمضان كريم لك ولكل الأمة المسلمة. حبيت نعرف كيفاش يكون رمضان في نيجيريا، وهل يختلف عن رمضان اللي راك تجوزه هنا في الجزائر؟
Yes, I think there are a few areas that I noticed we have some differences between fasting in Algeria and in Ramadan. The first one is the weather situation. In Nigeria, we have fairly stable period of beginning the fasting, that is the iftar, the suhoor. When you begin the fasting early in the morning, mostly in Nigeria, the time falls between 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning. And then you break your fast later in the evening. The Maghrib time will be around 6:30 to 7 o'clock. But if you are in Algeria, it depends on the time of the year the fasting takes place. The weather here changes. You may start your fasting maybe around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., but you may not break your fast until 8 o'clock or even 9 o'clock in the evening. So this is a little bit challenging and it looks different. This is the area that I can say is the major difference. Otherwise, I think basically fasting in Nigeria and Algeria is the same to me.
تفضل سعادة.
اوكي، شكرا.
سفير، شكرا. سعداء جدا انه رانا متواجدين معك اليوم. الان راح نتوجهوا لبيتك وين راح نحضروا مأكولات تقليدية اللي نلقاوها دائما على المائدة الرمضانية النيجيرية. سعادة السفير، قبل ما نتحدثوا على المأكولات تحدثنا على الموروث الثقافي النيجيري اللي نلقاو فيه العديد من الأمور اللي ربما اليوم المشاهد راح يكتشفها لأول مرة.
One thing I want you to know is that we have very rich culture in Nigeria, and our culture reflects the culture of the black race as a whole. In Nigeria, we have culture of dressing, and it reflects the weather of of the country. Most Nigerians, they prefer, as you can see from this interview, the type of dress I wear is not the Western type, it's traditional dressing. So both our men and women, they have specific type of traditional dresses we wear because of our weather. And also we have a culture of respect in our society. The young, they respect the old. And also another aspect is that we respect our friends and visitors. Yes, this is yes, and this is President Muhammad Buhari, the President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria.
ما شاء الله. سعادة السفير نروح ونرتاحوا شوي لأنه أنت راك تعبان.
Yes.
بعدها نروح ونحضروا مائدة الإفطار إن شاء الله.
Thank you very much.
شكرا. تكلمنا على العادات والتقاليد، تكلمنا على الكثير.
Yes, the Nigerian culture, like I told you, we Nigeria, we are the custodian of the black race in the world. And so most of the culture that you see being displayed by Nigerians, they are cherished by the black race all over the world. And our culture mainly is the way we dress. When you see Nigerian, you will know from the way I dress. We wear clothes that is very convenient for our weather because our weather is very hot. And that is in terms of dressing. And then the food, we, unlike in Europe where they eat these continental dishes, in Nigeria we have our own local variety of food that we prepare and eat. And also we have a culture of respect for elders. The younger ones, they respect the elderly people. And they also accept the leadership of the old people because of their wisdom and guidance for them to live a good life in future. And also we have a culture of hard work. Nigerians don't like staying idle doing nothing. They like to engage. Those that went to school, they want to work. Some of them in the civil service, and some they learn one trade or the other, or one profession like farming, some into building construction, and many types of jobs that they can go out and be able to get something that they can fend for their families. So this is the kind of life we live in Nigeria. And Nigerians also, they have a culture of traveling. They like to discover the world. Anywhere you go around the world, you will see Nigerians either living there and settling there permanently, or they visit there for them to discover the places. So you can see that these are part of the culture that has been developed and Nigerians are known for all over the world now.
إذن سعادة سفير تكلمنا على العادات على التقاليد، نخليوك ترتاح شوي ونتلاقاو بعدها في المطبخ باش نحضروا مائدة الإفطار مع بعض. إذن مشاهدينا الكرام بقاو معنا ما تروحوش بعيد. مشاهدينا الكرام كما راكم تشوفوا رانا متواجدين الان في مطبخ سعاده سفير دوله نيجيريا بالجزائر. رانا متواجدين مع العائله نتاعو وراح نتحدثوا مع بعض على جل الاكلات التقليديه اللي تم تحضيرها كما راكم تشوفوا على الشاشه، تم تحضيرها لافطار اليوم. اذا نتوجه لك استاذه، حدثينا شويه على هذه الاكلات التقليديه اللي حضرتيهم لنا نهار اليوم.
Usually in our tradition, in Nigerian culture, during iftar, we break our fast with this fruit salad after calling prayers. And the fruit salad, you can mix anything that you have available. For example, like here, I have pineapple, I have kiwi, I have pear, I have strawberries, and I have watermelon and some oranges. So this is what we break our fast with. Then after prayers, we come and start with the main dish. And this is part of the main dish. The next one is, in every home, we have this, we call kunu. In our tradition, it is made, it's made of millet with, you put some sugar after preparing it. You can take it with this, and this is what we call alali. It's moi moi. It's made of beans, rich in protein. We made it with beans, put some pepper in it, some onions, some traditional things, and some egg too, depending on how you want your moi moi to be. So you take it with this. And the next one, you can choose to take masa, made of rice, rich in carbohydrate. Put some salt, some onions, some sugar if you want, depending on how you want it to be. Some people take it with just sugar or with some spice like pepper, but in most cases, people like to take it with soup, which we have here. It's a vegetable soup made of spinach and some onions and tomatoes, garnished with oil, and you can choose to make it with anything, any kind of meat. It can be chicken, it can be beef, it can be fish, whatever, or it can also be intestines, like some cow intestines, depending on what you want. So the next thing is, we have another dish here. This is the main dish.
Mandi.
Yeah, it's rice, made with vegetables, some salad, some carrots, some green beans, some peels, and it's made with beef. Yeah. Also, sorry, I forgot this. This is soup. It's fish pepper soup. There is no home in Nigeria that you don't take soup during Ramadan. It can be chicken pepper soup. It can also be fish, or it can be beef. But in this case, we have fish. We choose to prepare fish pepper soup. It's made of we put some oil in it with some onions and pepper, rich in protein. Yeah. And also we have here with us, it's a ram meat. The cartilage aspect of side of the ram, and we like taking it during Ramadan. We also have peppered chicken, which you can also take with your meal. You can choose to take with any of the meal. So generally,
This.
okay. This is potatoes made with egg. Usually we boil the potatoes, put some spices, and after boiling it, we cut it and fry it with eggs. So you can choose to take that with kunu, or take it with pepper soup. It depends on what you want. Some people take it with pepper soup, while some people take it with kunu, and other people take it with tea. If you want, you make shai and take with it. It depends on what you want.
إذا مشاهدينا الكرام كما شفتوا معنا كل هذه الأطباق اللي قام بتحضيرها عائلة السفير رفقة سعادة سفير دولة نيجيريا لدى الجزائر، كلها أطباق متنوعة تعبر على أصالة دولة نيجيريا اللي ما زالها متمسكة بعاداتها وتقاليدها في شهر رمضان. مشاهدينا الكرام ما تروحوش بعيد، نتلاقاو بكم بعد لحظات في مائدة الإفطار. إذا مشاهدينا الكرام كما راكم تشوفوا رانا متواجدين الآن على مائدة إفطار سعادة سفير دولة نيجيريا بالجزائر، بعد ما قمنا بتحضير كل الأكلات التقليدية اللي حضرها المواطن النيجيري في شهر رمضان. إذا سعادة السفير الآن راح ناكلوا كل الأكلات التقليدية اللي كما سبق وحضرناها. سعادة السفير أنا متواجدين الآن راح نفطروا مع بعض إن شاء الله.
Okay, thank you. So I think we can enjoy our meal. We can start with the pepper soup. You can serve us.
إذا مشاهدينا الكرام كما شفتوا معنا في حلقتنا لنهار اليوم في مائدة رمضانية كانت مع سعادة سفير دولة نيجيريا بالجزائر. ما تنسوش تابعوا برنامجنا في كل حلقة من حلقات وراح نرصد لكم أجواء رمضانية لكل الدول الإسلامية في شهر رمضان المبارك. وما بقي لي إلا أن أقول لكم صحة فطوركم وصحة صحوكم.